Hello viewers, this is Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. I wanted to do a reading before Christmas Day on messages from Spirit in 2019, but also for Christmas Day and New Year, and as we lead into 2019. I got the message very strongly that there is a need to have faith. What do we mean by having faith? Faith is not something that, we get in a church when we go to pray, or when we do, I guess, in a way. Faith is believing in things that that are going to happen, but you haven't got any proof of it. And then faith is the absence of doubt. Now, you've heard that saying, faith can move mountains. And indeed it can. When there's strong enough faith and belief, they're like the twins, the twins in the womb, if you like. They come forward together, they come forward aligned, faith and belief. Faith and belief. They're both things that we need when we don't, in front of things actually happening. It's like it sets our sails, it guides us in the right direction. So there's a need to keep the faith, hold the faith, believe in yourself, and believe, I guess, in others as well. Despite the things that are challenging you, believe in others, because even though things are rocky or things get rocky, when you've got faith and belief, you go forward past the obstacles to new beginnings, okay? And then you get that sense of wonder, I guess. You get that sense of everything was there for a divine reason, let's even not say divine. Everything was there for a reason. And things have become stronger as a result. Because of that faith and belief, things are stronger. And you know that, and you grow from that. So hold the faith, keep the faith, okay? If you're doubting, suspend the doubt, suspend the judgment, and believe, okay? Because it's going to bring forward a lot of freedom of consciousness for you. So what are the messages from Spirit for Christmas Day and for New Year's and going into 2019? What are the messages from Spirit? Messages from Spirit. Yeah, don't be afraid. Okay, there's no raging bull here. It's more likely to be an energy, a new energy coming forward. Okay, so there's a lot in the Christmas spirit. It's not just a pointless holiday, There's a lot in the giving and the receiving. We actually notice one another. It's probably Christmas and New Year. It's around, the few times in the year where we actually do notice each other, and we actually are giving to each other and receiving from strangers. So this is very much a Christmas message about holding the faith and believing in people. Okay, so straight away we have the Queen of Pentacles, and this is like the resourceful, the feminine, the home. Okay, so we're looking close to home over the next, to start the new year. We're looking at our own resources. If you can see the fertility of this card, and the stability, and this is saying that when you're keeping the faith, look around you. I've read on this before. Look around you to your immediate environment. And again, I'm seeing the pebbles and the ripples as we go out. We have more power than what we think we have. Those small challenges that we solve, those relationships that undergo, trouble, and it's very easy to disconnect from them because something has occurred. It's harder to keep the connection going. But when we keep the connection going, we actually raise our vibration when we solve those real problems that we have around our nearest and dearest, when we don't always agree on things, when we keep the connection there, when we don't disconnect, when we go through the troubled times and we emerge stronger. We actually are kicking our vibration, our spiritual vibration up, and that is making us stronger. And look, this is exactly what I've just been saying. Those obstacles around, around our home, around our family, around our friends, when there's problems and there's this tug of war happening, it's holding the faith, keeping the faith. These battles can be anything from being petty through to what we're seeing globally now. And here we have the Knight of Wands coming forward. This is action and inspiration. And, what this card is telling me is that when you hold the faith above these battles, these tug-of-wars, these the trouble and the strife, to do with our relationships, our home environment, our work environment, those immediate environments, when we keep going instead of disconnecting, when we keep connecting, when we try to keep solving things, what happens when we keep acting to keep that connection, we actually emerge here with this freedom of consciousness that I was talking about earlier. And it's really fed by inspiration. So in keeping the connection, in moving through the troubled times, in holding the faith and the belief, when you do all that, you actually attain freedom, because and then at the end of the day, you are, as I said, illuminating your environment. Now, in relation to this, the Queen of Pentacles and these immediate environments where there could well be, the Moon comes forward. You can see it's not a particularly nice card. It is the shadowy depths. This is what I was trying to describe in my previous reading on Trump. It's the dark pool that you can't really see through. You can feel it, but you can't see it. And you can see the cobwebs surrounding the gate. The illumination is not strong. It's like, don't bury it. Don't bury it. Keep the faith, keep the connection going. And you actually will find that things will rise to the surface, because here we have the Strength card. And the Strength card is it's the game changer. It really is the game changer. So when you're battling this tug of war, this obstacles to do with, family, friends, relationships, hold the faith, be strong, keep the belief. Because otherwise the alternative is these painful endings. Okay, I'll be quite upfront that if you don't persevere, if you don't hold the faith and you don't believe and you disconnect, what have you got? What are you left with? You're left with the grief, but you're also left with an ending of some sort. So when things are hard, and particularly with nearest and dearest, you don't want things to end. You want strength, okay? And you want freedom from this anxiety and the endings, okay? Because this card is mirroring the free-spirited, inspirational Knight of Wands. You want things to keep going. And it's amazing when you do that, how quickly things can change. So I guess this is a good message as we come into Christmas. There'll be people around you don't necessarily always get on with. If you persevere, what happens is endings come quite quickly. Not endings, but things change quite quickly. And, again, you move toward, rather than moving toward this, you're moving toward this, okay? And the Empress comes forward. Look at this card. Look at the greenery in this card. Look at the abundance. The Empress is the abundant. And so these are the conditions you set up. Rather than setting up these conditions, you're setting up these conditions. And things happen. Things happen very, very quickly. New beginnings, or not even new, beginnings of some description. They occur after a period of struggle. So it's holding the faith, holding the belief, keeping the connections. And here we are with our new beginnings, because the Fool is all about endings and beginnings. So, you know, this is at a microscopic level. What these messages are saying. This is like at a home, relationship, environment level. But then it's also at a bigger picture level as well. And again, I go back to the pebbles in the pond and the ripples. What this reading is saying is, if you keep the connection, regardless of how hard it might be, if you hold the faith, if you keep the belief, what happens if you show that strength rather than things ending? You end up with new beginnings and new abundance coming forward quite quickly. And it is amazing how quickly things change. So that is at a personal level for you over Christmas. I'm not saying bite your tongue, you know. How do you speak up, you know, if you come across a situation that's a huge obstacle for you? I guess you do so quietly and in your own way. You will know how best to tackle that with a nearest and dearest, or a work colleague, or whatever the situation is. But more broadly, I guess the bigger picture, and, you know, participation, connecting, keeping the connections going. There are new beginnings coming up in 2019. If I look at this in a bigger picture level, this is what's been happening globally and in America. And people haven't been disconnecting. They've been doing the opposite. They've been connecting. And I guess that's the message for the many Americans that are following this channel and are worried. The message for 2019 is, yes, there's going to be pain there, but keep connecting, show the strength, because things are going to be changing in 2019. You're moving into a new era. Indeed, the world will be, you know, once we get people like Trump out. And there are new beginnings coming forward. And it is quite inspirational, the Knight of Wands. So whether the obstacles are at home this Christmas, New Year, or going into 2019, the message from Spirit here is keep the connection, hold the faith, keep the belief, because that strength will move you forward, and things will change very, very quickly, and there will be new beginnings on the horizon for you. So I hope you enjoyed that, viewers. As I said, I'll be away tomorrow, possibly back Boxing Day or the following day. We'll see how my Christmas goes. I'm looking forward to Christmas. I've got a bit more to do today to get the environment to put the creativity in, so the environment is inspiring for those that are coming, the family that are coming, and the friends that will come over Christmas and New Year. So a very, 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 very happy solstice, Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Whatever greeting you use, I wish you well. I wish you all the best, and keep the hope alive. Remember what's at the top of the Christmas tree? Corny as it might sound, it is hope, and hope is another one of those things, along with faith and along with belief. They're more than just cliches, aren't they, viewers? They're very, very, very real. So I'll leave that there, and I will talk to you post-Christmas, and have a wonderful, wonderful day tomorrow. Thank you.